Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. And oh, muscles, that's right. So I'm going to do a video on these muscles. They were sitting in my room on the side, just sitting there collecting dust. And I thought, you know what? I wanted all these cool muscle figures and I've done nothing with them. And I thought I should go ahead and just do a video tonight, being I have every single one that was released. Not every color, but every single one. This gives you kind of fun. Now, some are kind of hard to tell who they are. So I was thinking that you guys could help me identify some of them. So let me go ahead and open up my YouTube app. My iPad is dead, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and do it actually on my phone. So let me go ahead and hit View Channel. And there it is. Cool, cool. And I'll do a sound check in a minute, then we'll get going. If you're here, go and sound off. Sound off. And let's get started. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. Mike Fee is in the house. So I thought it'd be just kind of fun to go through these and kind of talk about them. I have talked about them before a long time ago, but it's been a really long time ago. So I remember when I was younger, they had figures called muscles, and they were kind of these orangish looking figures, look kind of like this. More like this color though. And I remember thinking these are so cool. I remember buying sets, playing them with my little kids when they were really young. And we actually bought a cat box. I know, kind of weird, right? A cat box. And in the cat box, we would do arena wars using the muscle figures. And so we'd roll dice and attack and everything else. And it was kind of fun, giving them hit points and everything. And it was kind of a fun deal. I think we rolled 3 6-sided dice for their hit points, and then we would attack from that point so that no guy had an advantage ahead of time. And look at all those muscle figures. Now, I really wanted to get the orange in all of them, but for the She-Ra ones, for some reason, we couldn't get the orange, so I just bought the slime pack, because the slime pack had them all. Otherwise, you had to buy them in random packs and random colors. And it would have been really hard to get all of them in orange. But this way, I got them all. It's just they're all the slime ones, which I guess it's kind of cool in some ways that you have all the She-Ra figures a different color. I just kind of wish I got them a different way. That's okay though. I actually still use the slime can to this day, and I have it next to my slime pit that I made. That's the extra tall one for classics. Classics. Now, as we got these muscle figures, we had I think 2 years worth of muscle figures. That one doesn't want to stand. And I have 2 of the same? No, I guess not. Wow, the Horde guys are so cool looking. Look at that. We'll go through those last, though, because that's the last batch that was released, was the She-Ra ones. So I'll just set them all up here in the back. And it's funny, when I first got all these, I couldn't tell you who was who in the zoo with She-Ra, but I think now I know most of the characters. It's just kind of scary to think I've gone from not knowing any of them to knowing all of them. Well, you know what? I don't know who this is. You guys have to help me with this one here. It doesn't have any, it's just like Wonder Woman. Maybe that is She-Ra. You know what? I think it actually is. I don't know. We'll see. So, we had the first release figures, and the first release figures, let me show you. Oh, also they had these cool packs of different vehicles too. That was cool. And then of course we have Castle Grayskull. I'll put that on the table because that's where you put your Castle Grayskulls, on a table. And we have the Mountain of Snakeness, Snake Mountain itself. Snake Mountain! Alright, so okay, so here is one of the first released He-Man figures. He-Man. And you can see, oops, bright light, come on. We'll put him against the black, he's brightens too much, but here we go. He's got a bent sword, but you can see how small his head is. And it actually looks like a pretty good sculpt. His armor's sitting a little low, but take a look at the battle armor He-Man that came out later on. Oh, that's Prince Adam. Prince Adam, that will work too. Oh. And I'm going to have to mess with my lights a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let me just zoom up instead of it's just so bright. There we go. That works good. So you can see that the head of these figures are completely different. So you can see here is the first release, and look how the other one looks almost like it's kind of dopey looking with a big old head. You can just see the way their heads look. And I'm not sure why the second release figures ended up being so badly made compared to first release. So first release are the darker color ones, and they are awesome. They have really good detailing. And look at the first release Skeletor. And let's find the Battle Armor Skeletor now. Battle Armor Skeletor. And again, same thing. They gave him the big old dorky head, and not nearly as defined and built as well when they sculpted it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the story goes that somebody who sculpted the original one spent a super long time getting them all just right and sculpted perfect. But you can tell, look at Triclops here. I mean, he is just beautiful. Look at that. He's got all the muscles on him, and his armor's perfect, and the furry shorts and the furry boots, even the straps. So I think that's what happened, is they spent so much time sculpting these that when the Wave 2 came out, which was these little bit oranger ones, they just gave up and did them quick. Probably made the whole line in a day and a half instead of spending a day on each figure. Again, this is from the first line. You can tell because the color is a little bit... You know what? That's not from the first line. Wait a second. Yeah, it is. The color's so... I have to separate these now because it's just driving me crazy. Let's just get the colors separated first. And you can decide who's who in the zoo. I don't know if you can tell or not the color difference in these. So these ones here are more orange. These ones here have a little more red tint to them. I remember these ones that came in a slime container too, and they were pretty cool looking, especially Buzz Off with the clear wings. Okay. Light color. I guess the cats were light colors. Orko. It's hard to tell. He's so small. Yeah, he's a light color. Okay, now we got them all separated out. And of course, these ones were actually made. Now, it's weird is it's actually a secondary. I just realized that. There's another color. It's slightly off. Let's go ahead and separate those out. I didn't realize that those were different, just ever so slightly. Okay, so these are all the orange. These are kind of in between. These ones here are all the pink ones. Okay, and the pink ones were the first release. He goes over here in the middle pack. He goes in the middle pack too. She goes in the middle pack. Okay. I think I got all the colors separated now. Yep. Okay. Oh, this one's in the wrong spot. He goes all the way over there. He goes in the middle. And he goes in the middle. How about Rammy Mammy? Nope. Okay, now I got them all separated. So there are 3 different colors we have. They're supposed to all be the same color, which is kind of funny. So we have these ones here, which were the first release. And I think these were the second release. And these were the final release here. Because I know these came out at the very end of the line. The end of the line! So there we go. And then, of course, these were the final 4th release, I believe, which was the She-Ra line, which was pretty cool. All right, let's get your guys' comments. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining me. Rickster's flexing. Jamie Sanders, thanks for being here. Hello. And Charles, thanks for being here. I think I already said hi to Charles. Hey, Charles. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate the prayers. This must be Muscle Moto I had. The originals. that was wrestling looking figures. Yes, the originals were all these random cool wrestling guys that look so cool. And those are the ones that I used to have. And I used to always wish they made He-Man muscle figures, but they didn't back in the day, but they eventually did. So let's take a look and break all these down and see who is who. We'll start with the first wave. So first wave we have He-Man. Oh, it's so hard to see. There we go. We have He-Man. There he is. And he is pretty cool looking. Of course, his sword is pretty bent. It's super thin, so it bends really easy. He has a shield. He's got his armor in back that looks like the toy. And then he has little furry shorts and small little bean head. The forehead's a little tall on him, but still really cool looking. So I'll set him next to the cage so you know I've gone through him already. Then we have Skeletor! And this one here looks really cool too. Again, really flimsy weapons because they're a little thin. But you can see they are built really cool. Again, his armor looks like the toy. And we have Triclops that I showed you guys a few minutes ago. So cool. The Triclops. And again, he's got his armor looks very similar to the armor of the toy. And no sword in his back, though. That's surprising. And then we have some unexpected figures. Oh, they got Teela. Oh, this is a cool Teela. Look at this Teela. That is amazing. Oh, I am loving this figure. I forgot how cool she looks. Not like the toy. She actually has a full helmet for her head. That is an amazing looking figure. I love that. Then we have Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms. And there he is. His armor looks the same. He's got his weapon. Let's see. I wanted to chew the muscle figures. No. Did you make all these? I did not. These are actually, I believe it was Super7 that made all these. And again, the first run of these came out really cool. Then we have Man-E faces. And you just turn the knob and his face turn. Oh, it doesn't work that way. But still, look how cool that looks. Man-E. And then we have Ram Man. Ram Man, Ram Man. Doo-doo-doo. And then we have Trapjaw. And he's got his signature gun only. His belt armor looks a little strange, though. It looks almost like the prototype of Beastman with that extra big. And then we have Merman. Dun 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 dun. They gave us all the good characters off the bat. And then we have. Wait a second. It's hard to tell the color. Yeah, it's darker. Okay, then we have Beastman. Beastman. They gave him even the straps on the arm. He has the 2 points, which is surprising for being so small. Again, matches the figure well. It's so cool looking. And then they gave us 2 surprise figures that are not part of the original figures, which is Buzz-Off and Whiplash. So that's kind of a cool different to round it out. Now you guys know my top 11. And who's missing from the top 11 here? I don't think I saw Evil Lyn. No Evil Lyn. And I think that's it. Yeah, Evil Lyn's the only one that's not here in my top 11. That's so cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the only one I'm missing is Evil Lyn from my top 11 from the first run. So if I'd had Evil Lyn, I would have had all my favorite 11. Now they did give us Evil Lyn later on in the second batch, but unfortunately, look at her. They gave her the big dorky head. It's like, oh, so close. All right, so this was the first wave here. It's like they gave us 12 figures, which makes sense because they had like, I think 3 in each one and 4 packs. I don't know how they were divided. So if you had 3 in each one for a total of 4 packs, something like that. And I don't know which 3 were in each one, but there you go. Those are our 4 packs they had, pack A, B, C, and D. And those are all the figures we got with Wave 1. Yeah, if they would have swapped one of these for Evil Lynn, it would have been beautiful. I would have had my top 11. Now it's going to bug me forever. I never noticed that before. Wait for the cartoon buzz off. All right, so now we got the next wave, which again, same thing. And they gave us some really cool ones. Cobra Khan is one of my favorites, the way they designed him. I just love the way this one came out. Even though it's the bigger dorky heads, Cobra Khan works fine with the bigger head. He's even got sharp teeth, and he has his signature gun. So cool. Then we had our second release of Skeletor. And again, let's look at the comparison between these. They got a little bit bigger head, not monstrous in the second run, but still bigger, but still has some good detail. Then we got the Sorceress. Dun 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 dun, and she looks mighty cool, mighty cool. And then of course we got Evil Lynn that I just talked about. Evil Lynn. And these guys are falling. It wouldn't be a Hebrew video without figures falling over. And I can have a whole bunch of these things falling. Off camera, I'm knocking them over left and right. Tila's pretty hard to stand. I'm surprised these little figures do stand. All right, then we got another He-Man in this one. He-Man. And again, he's got the bigger head, but his sword is also thicker. Doesn't bend so easy. So that was a cool fix on that. And there he is. And looks like he just finished raising his sword aloft the way his hand is in that scene there. Then we got Stratos. Stratos, the winged avian warrior. And he's pretty cool looking. Kind of weird the way I have him standing there. I suppose he's supposed to be in flight mode. Psh, I guess that makes more sense. Then we got Orko in this one. Orko! And he looks just like you'd imagine he looks. And then we got Castle Grayskull in this one. It has the lighter color. And then we got Fisto. Poof, 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 poof. Oh! And he looks pretty cool too. And then we got, let's see, Battle Cat was with these guys. And then we got Stinkor. Stinkor. He doesn't smell like anything special. And then we have, oh, Spikor. I couldn't remember his name for a second. It's Pinhead. We got Spikor. So again, let's put these in their piles of 3. And I don't know which ones came with which. We'll just separate them out and see if I got them all. There should be 4 packs. 3 each. Uh-oh, I'm missing one. Oh, wait. Oh, Battle Cat's a different color. So Battle Cat did come in the first run. And check this out. That's why they have him here, because Battle Cat, where is He-Man? He can ride on Battle Cat. Dun, dun, dun. Now these figures, because they're so small, they'd be great for using for if you were going to play some kind of role-playing game, because they're just these small little cool figures. There we go. Okay, I got my sets of 3. I don't know which 3 had which ones, but that was the second run right there. Packs A, B, C, and D. He's over here. He's over here. Got to keep them in their 3s. So that was our second 12 that we got. All right. Next we have Todd. Ever thought of painting them the original color? No. I actually love having them pink. I wish these were pink. I'm tempted to take the slime ones and spray paint them pink. I got the slime ones from my local, I'll tell you the story later. All right, let's go on to the next set. And these ones might have 2 extras. I think these came with an extra He-Man and Skeletor. I don't remember. But we shall see when you start counting them out. So, again, we got, oh yeah, because we have 2 Skeletors and 2 He-Mans. So, yep. So I am guessing that That's Prince Adam. Okay, so they must have came with the battle armor. So that makes total sense. So, as I have 2 battle armor Skeletors and 2 battle armor He-Man. So we'll just go ahead and stick them over here right now just to get them. Now these did come in different colors. I was tempted to get the purple one, the purple 2-pack, just like a purple Skeletor, but I changed my mind and decided to keep them all orange. All right, so the next ones, this gets a little more tricky because I think we also have Faker in this one too. So here we have Faker. Faker. Dun 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 dun. Oh, that's hard to see. There we go. And what's funny is you can see each iteration, the head's got a little bit bigger and a little more ridiculous. Because here is the second wave, and here's the third wave. And then again, you can see the first wave. Where is Flea Man? Here he is. How the head is much smaller. So every iteration, every year, the sculpt's just got a little bit worse. You can see the swords too. Look at the size difference of the swords. This is the middle wave. This is the third wave. So, and then here's the first wave with the smallest sword. So each one got a little bit bigger sword as you went along. So year 1, year 2, year 3. So that is kind of the craziness of them making these a little more sloppy each year. Oh, I keep knocking them over. Oh, the easiest guy to stand just fell over. The guy with the tail that gives us the 3-point just fell over. Oh, stop falling. Buzz Off is the trouble. He's the one that's knocking everybody over. All right. So, Faker. Battle Armor Skeletor. Looks like he has damage on there. He's standing so weird. I mean, look at the way his butt's sticking out in his back. He's kind of like, whoop. A little trouble there standing. Battle Armor He-Man with his Battle Axe of Power. Battle Axe of Power! And again, he's standing the weird, same kind of way too as Skeletor was. And then this time we finally got Zodak. Zodak with a C, not a K. You can tell because of his boots have the 3 toes. And then we got Clawful the Awful. The Awfulest, Clawful. And he's not bad in this size. I'm okay with them giving him the giant head. Then we have Mechanic. It's just so crazy. It made him just so cartoony looking. When the original ones just look so menacing. Let's look at the difference. Crazy, crazy. All right. Then we got Mossman. It's like some kind of weird teddy bear. Then we got Domo Origato, Misto Roboto. Dun dun da 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 da. It's weird, they have the gears on the outside to show them on the sculpt. And then we got Prince Adam. Not to be mistaken for He-Man. You can see he's got his vest going on there. But it is tricky because in this particular run, we got a Prince Adam, we got a Faker, and we got Battle Armor He-Man. So we have 3 characters which can be easily mistaken. Well, these 2, they're different, yeah, because it's Faker. So even earlier, I think I might have said He-Man, but now I know now that it was Faker. We'll put those 3 together. Okay, then we got, this is kind of a cool one. Too Bad. Now this reminds me of one of the regular muscle figures we got as kids, so it kind of has that same feeling because with the 2 heads, kind of more of a monster looking thing. If you didn't know this is tossed with a bunch of muscle figures, you wouldn't even know it was a He-Man figure because, you know, it's just funny. It looks like a regular muscle figure. All right, did I go through all of them? I think I did because they're all standing. Okay, let's put them in their sets of 3. I'll just line them up in 3 across. Oh, I forgot one. We also got Panther in this one. Panther. Dun 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 dun. Which then, of course, you can put battle armor Skeletor on him. And we also got Snake Mountain. So I have to admit, they did a pretty good job in this little Snake Mountain. The snake popping out of the side. It's kind of cool. Here's the thing going up and around and up, and stairs going up, and then the door. So they did all right on this. Not too shabby. All right, so this was our third year for our 12. So you have 3, 3, and 3. Set A, B, C, and D. I don't know which ones went in which box. And then they had the special 2-packs where you had, it came in one giant pack. It was a special Comic-Con, I believe, edition, where you got the Roton and Battle Armor Skeletor, and you got the Wind Raider and Battle Armor He-Man. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. I kind of wish they would have put unique guys in here. That'd been even cooler, but that's okay. This way, in case you didn't get these special kits, you still had all the figures. All right, now on to She-Ra. When they made She-Ra, they changed their whole entire marketing strategy. Instead of buying the figures you want in A, B, or C, B packs, they had blind packs. And the blind packs had all kinds of crazy colors. So I've seen people trying to purposely collect as many as they could and then keep the colors that match the figure and then end up selling the rest. So like, for instance, if you wanted your figure to be pink, you'd buy a whole bunch and hopefully you get a pink one. If you wanted your figure to be blue and so on. So you wanted Frosta to be blue and you wanted, somebody else to be pink. Now, we need you guys' help with this. Yeah, it is really cool they added the cats. Wasn't a fan of Roboto. So let's go ahead and take a look at the She-Ra ones. I'm going to put them all on this table just because I think it's kind of fun to have a cool little table to stick them on. And we'll just, hopefully they'll fit on here. And because I got them in the slime pack, I should get the little slime container I got these in. Hold on a second. Where is the slime container? There it is. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so every year for Christmas, for a number of years, and for my birthdays, my older boys would get me a gift certificate to my favorite local, I guess it's an action figure comic book shop, and they had all kinds of cool figures there and everything else. And I was upset I didn't get this one, and I ended up using the whole entire $50 gift card they got me just to get this one set. Now in here right now is actually the slime He-Man extra parts, the extra heads, and his shield. The one I have in my slime pit right now. I usually keep it next to my slime pit, and they have a picture of Skeletor on top. I think the original one used to have Hordak on top, if I remember right. But so here's what it came in, is this cool little slime container. I tried to carefully open it, but you can see it kind of ripped a little bit when I was opening it. And sure enough, Super7. Yeah, so it was cool. And this was the easiest way to get all of them. So I could just get, you can see here, wave 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4 was She-Ra. And I didn't want to mess around with the blind packs, so that's why I ended up getting these. So let's take a look. Oh, my table's folding. No. Okay. So I need you guys' help. I cannot identify who this is. Oh, she has the extra hair on top. Okay. What is her name? Let's see if you guys can help me out here. No, it's not Double Trouble, I don't think. Maybe it is. She's got the extra hair on top too. She's the one I thought it was. Okay, let's take a look again and see. It's hard to tell without their accessories. Let's go ahead and go with the easy ones. Here we have Shadow Weaver. Shadow Weaver. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Shadow Weaver was taken out. So she looks pretty cool. Now, of course, it'd be even cooler to get her in red, but Again, I wanted to get them all in one shot instead of having to mess with it. So there is the Weaver of Shadows. Let's see. Fogg says he's never had him in his country. Yep. 3D model for printing. That would be kind of fun to print some of these, but... Okay, so I know who she is. We'll put these aside to figure out who they are. I know who Montana is. That's easy. That's easy to figure out. He's like... Look at this guy's eyes bugging out. Brr, 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 brr. It's Alien Montana. And he looks kind of cool being in green anyway. Cool, cool. Okay. This one I know is She-Ra. That's easy. That's an easy one too. She-Ra. And she's got a nice big thick sword, just like we saw with the third wave of He-Man. Now I know who this is. This, of course, is Hordak with his cannon. So that's cool. Oops. And I know who Leech is, obviously. It's an easy one, too. And him being green makes a lot of sense anyway. So there is Leech. Okay. So we got the easy ones out of the way. Of course, there's this big old furry guy. Grizzlor. He is pretty easy to figure out. So these 6, we know who they are. They're easy. So now it's the hard part. This one I know is Frosta. Frosta. She has her little lollipop there. It blows in the wind. So she's easy. Stand. I can't stand. This table's gonna be really full. Okay, we know this is a Horde Trooper. Pretty easy to identify. We know this one is Angelica, or I think it's her name, right? She has the angel wings. Easy. She's not going to stand. Okay, so now we have these 3 left. The ones I can't tell. So one of these has to be Catra. I'm guessing this one with the cape and the hair and the claws, that has to be Catra. So we know who that is now. We're down to 2 left. Who are these last 2? Well, she has the extra hair on top. I know I have that hair piece that's removable, but I can't think of who she is. And she's a little more bigger and bulkier. Here's her hands on her hips. I think this one's Castaspella. Sure. Oh, Adora? This is not Adora, but is this Adora? No, she's got a headdress on, and Adora doesn't have a headdress. So I think this one's Castaspella. And then we have one left. I forget what her name is. I know she has the extra hair on top. I know what the figure looks like. I just don't know what her name is. I want everyone. Where's Moss Man? Moss Man's right here. Boss Man. I need a new light. My light has died. Let me get my lights out here. It's going to drive me crazy not knowing. Okay. Let me grab a book. All right, I will pull up Google and see if I can find her. So I know who it is by what she looks like. Classics She-Ra figures. Okay. We'll go to images. Oh yeah, they should have Mermista. That'd have been a cool one to have. Okay, so this purple one here, she's the one that has her hands on her hips here. You can see she has the same headdress on. So who is this? I think that is Cast a Spell, right? Oh, Glimmer. Pfft. Glimmer. Okay. So that one's Glimmer. I should have known that. And the one with the hair on top. That's Cast a Spell. That's right. See, she's the big old hair on top. I don't know why they didn't put the wheel on her back. So this one's Cast a Spell. You can see her big old hair hanging down. It goes up really super high. And so we identified them all. And the other one is Glimmer. Glimmer. See, they put the wheel on her back. We would have known exactly who it was. And gave Glimmer her ball or her staff or something. All right. And there are the 12 She-Ra figures. This one with a crazy bent leg. I'll have to heat that up and fix it. It's probably in the package too long. Oh, hey, I got her to stand. Oh, can I do it? Can I get all 12 to stand? Hooray! And there is wave 4, the final wave. And those are all of the muscle figures. Every single one. I know they made a 5-inch He-Man with that green color. Yep, they definitely did make... Oh! Anyway. All right, so let me look at you guys' final comments before I end it. Oh, that's Glimmer, Charles said. Thank you, Charles. You were correct. Nice. All right. Anyway, so you've seen all the muscle figures now. If you want to go back and check any out, just rewind the video and... that is it. Again, I only bought the pink ones because it matched the colors that I had when I was younger, which I liked those muscles because it just was so cool. And then these ones, I got the slime ones because I didn't want to mess with the blind packages. Just a way for Super 7 to sell more, to give us all the colors we don't want. And I think eventually they ended up selling whole entire packs of color, but that was after it was too late. But the slime pack was a special version. Doesn't even say. Oh, exclusive right there on there. Exclusive. Cool, cool. Super 7 green He-Man. Yes. Print them in glow in the dark. That would be cool. If I was going to take the time to scan these, I would just scan my top 11. So I would scan all of these ones that came in the first set, the 10, and then Evil Lyn. And then maybe the cats. That'd be it. I don't think, though, that... Well, that's Panther. I don't think that the original He-Man fits on Battle Cat. Not very well. You have to stretch his legs and make him fit. So that's kind of a bummer, because if you print him in hard plastic, his legs aren't going to stretch around to fit on there. I'm kind of glad they had the colors off so we could figure out which wave it went with, because once you can see the colors are slightly different, you can then match the wave. As you can see here, we have 3 slightly different colors here, where this was wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and then wave 4, which is completely different. So that did help that they didn't get the colors right, which normally I complain about that, but it was nice for coming back years later and trying to re-figure out what when the other one. And it's kind of clever too, the way they did this. You can see they got the leg holes there. You just slip it right in. All right. See, check it out. Droop, droop. So on the front view, it looks like he's actually maybe sitting down or something. And the same thing with the Wind Raider. Not quite as convenient. They should have angled it and made the hole go a little deeper. But he does look like he's not quite riding it sitting down. You can tell he's up riding a little high in the saddle there. Wonder how the original one looks in there. Where did I stick him? There he is. No, he looks definitely like he's standing. That's funny. All right. Last chance for questions. Hebro, do you have the Turtles of Grayskull? I did get some Turtles of Grayskull. I didn't buy them all. I did get the Beast Man because I really like him. And I also got this guy here because I think he's pretty cool. And I do have, I know I got a couple others somewhere. I don't know where they're at. And then I also have on order the April figure coming too. So, yep, just a few Turtles of Grayskull, not a lot. Are these available now? That is an excellent question. The answer is yes. If you click on the links I put in the description, Amazon has a few, but only purple. And then if you go to the other link on eBay, you can find a ton of them. You could probably buy them all on eBay. You might have a harder time with the She-Ra ones because they were in blind packs. Maybe an easier time, just not the colors you want. I don't know how much the slime pack goes for if you want to get the slime ones. And what's nice too, what I like about these is you can collect them all. And all of them fit in this small tub. And you have your full collection all in one place. Which I love having a full collection, knowing I have every single one, and there's no more to buy because they stopped making them, and I have them all, which I tried to do. That's why I like commemoratives for the same reason, because I was able to get every single commemorative, but I don't have them anymore. I end up getting rid of some of my commemoratives. But for a while, it was kind of cool knowing that I had the full, complete collection of something. And as you guys also know, 2000X was a little hard getting them all because towards the end there they had some that was just released in some countries. And then of course original He-Man figures same way. Trying to get the Giants or any figures from Pog is pretty difficult. Pog is Powers of Grayskull. But look at that. I can get them all to fit in there. I can even put the lid on. And there's the full complete collection in one nice little succinct box. They're not making any more right now, so I don't have to worry about that, and I got them all. Let's take a look. So all together, there were 12 in each wave. So let's go ahead and figure this out. What's 12 times 4? Oh, it's 48. I already know that. I don't know why I'm figuring it out. So we got 48 figures. And then after your 48 figures, you then also have the 2 vehicles that came with extra figures that are not unique. So altogether you have 50 figures and 2 vehicles if you have them all. But you know, you don't really need to have 2 battle armor He-Man and Skeletors, but if you do, they came with the pack of the vehicles. So there you go. 50 figures and 2 vehicles. Bada bing, bada boom, got them all. So that was pretty cool. Thank you, Charles. Yep, Turtles of Grayskull. Get the likes. Thanks. All right, so please click the links in the description if you want to get some of these. Sometimes the prices are pretty cheap because they're not as hot as they were. But it's funny is these are about the same size as those little mini He-Man figures, which is kind of funny because these are not articulated. Look at that face. He just looks so goofy. He's a happy crab. But they are fun. All right. That is it. Thanks, Mike. And until next time, good journey, you guys. Bye now.